Hey guys, so I'm going to be talking about a book called Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. So like usual, I'm going to stick to plot and then things I did and did not like. So the plot is kind of hard to tackle because there wasn't really a plot. Hush Hush is one of those books where you have things happening to a main character that you don't really understand, and it's thing after thing after thing, and then it comes together, and then it comes together again at the end. That being said, I don't really think that this book had a plot. It was, however, full of questions and, at the end, answers. What I did like about the book: the pacing through 7/8 of the book was top-notch quality. In fact, I felt like it was a better-paced Twilight. Which brings me to my second point: the romance between Patch and Nora, way better. It was a little, Danby with dark and mysterious boy, yo. But that aside, once you got past it, there was a gradual building of interest, friendship, and then relationship, even though there was a lot of sexual tension. Which brings me to my third point. I love writers who can write sexual tension well without being full-throttle lusty. I think it's awesome to build tension and to build suspense in an attractive way without full-out going over the PG-13 limit. And I guess that sort of brings me to my fourth point: Patch. I liked Patch. I didn't expect to like Patch, but I liked Patch. I'm one of those girls who really likes sarcastic, confident, hot boys. So with all of that out of the way, let's get to what I didn't like. The pacing in the eighth of the book, the last half of the book, not even the half, like the last, I want to say 45 pages of the book. Ugh. I don't think you guys understand how frustrated I got when everything was going at a steady speed limit of 55 and then shot into 89. It was like everything was thrown together, which is very different from a book coming together, where you're like, oh, I remember that from here, and now it's finally weaving together to make this awesome story. It was more like, oh my god, I totally forgot about that. Throw her in there, and then throw him in there, and then make that person the bad guy. It was really disorienting, and I did not like it. Every other character but Patch, I did not like. I didn't like Nora's best friend V, because she wasn't a person. She was just a character slot and filled with boy-crazed lust, and she was the character that was there for a purpose. She was there to make the stupid decisions and to force Nora to be like the hero, which is completely different from making her a person, to giving her specific traits, to giving her a mind of her own, to giving her more than just a two-dimensional face. I didn't like Nora, but I think I didn't like Nora because I am a really big fan of strong, heroic, female main characters. But to be fair to the author, they told me in the beginning and in the middle and in the end that she was not a strong character. She wasn't created to be strong. She wasn't the heroine. She wasn't even the damsel in distress. She was just the main character, which I can understand, especially since it's part of a trilogy and she has 2 more books to grow and expand and become someone else. Maybe not a heroine, but someone else. But in the first book, didn't like her, because she was very conflicting, and she was like, I am not crushing on Patch. I am not going on that roller coaster. I am not calling him back. And every time she said not in italics, you knew it was gonna happen. Like, it was, I didn't like that part. Overall, I would give this a 3.9 out of 5. I was pleasantly surprised because I would call this book compelling. When a book is compelling, you want to read it. You want to turn the pages. That is what Twilight is. It's compelling. When you set it down and you take a second look at it and you read it probably the second or third time, you're like, this is actually not that great, but the story itself draws you in. It's a page turner. I felt like this book was a page-turner. It wasn't written ridiculously well. It wasn't badly written at all. The characters weren't amazing. The world she created didn't have any depth. Like, we didn't get to experience the fallen angel thing that much until the last 45 pages. But even so, it was well done. It was compelling. I believed Patch and Nora, and I thought it had an interesting twist on the Nephilim and the fallen angels, which if you guys know, I read a little something about angels, and so it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I liked it, and I will definitely pick up the second book, but I'm not going to rush out and grab it. I will pick it up when I get to it, but it's not gotta have right now. So this is the part where only watch if you don't care to read this book, if you've already read this book, or if you don't mind spoilers. This is me relaxing while the people who shouldn't be watching this go elsewhere. Okay, if you're here, I'm assuming that you're gonna... Okay. I just had a few quick questions for discussion because I am a little irked by this. And by irked, I mean I don't like the cover after I read the book. Loved the cover before I read the book. Hate the cover now that I've read the book. What I mean by that is there's so much wrong with it. Okay. In the book, he says you can't see his wings because they're made out of spiritual matter. I can see those. I can see those quite well. They even have like a changing color into red, which is, visible. Also, this is just me being nitpicky, but no wonder he's falling. Those wings can't hold up anything. They couldn't hold up a bunny rabbit, much less a full-grown teenage boy. And third, the title. What did the title have to do with anything in the book? Nothing. Nothing. I have no idea why this book is called Hush Hush. Did I miss something? Like, seriously, if I missed something, tell me in the comments and I will go back and, fix it, but